Hey guys, I'm David with Media Unlocked, and of course you guys know Kevin with Media Unlocked, who pops in from time to time. Mostly he does the editing and the shooting, but we have Noah behind the camera today helping out. And we're in our new Media Unlocked headquarters. This is the first video we've really done at the new headquarters here at Media Unlocked, I guess you could say. We've got some cool stuff in the background here, but let's dive right into what we're here to do, and that's talk about the Hollyland Mars 400S. That's right, the Hollyland Mars 400S. And what is that? Well, let me tell you what it does. It sends a wireless signal from your camera to a monitor, to an iPad, to an iPhone, to an Android phone, and gives you live video feed. So this is going to be great for your directors out there, your clients. Anytime that you pretty much need to send video footage wirelessly to a device, you can do that. The really cool thing is the lag time is less than a second. Actually less than half a second, and you can have up to, let's say 4 iPads and a monitor hooked up all at once. It just builds its own wireless network, and then you log into that wireless network, log into the app, which is called HollyView. So seriously though, guys, get on the App Store. I don't know why they call it HollyView, but if you type in Hollyland, it's not going to pop up, so you need to type in HollyView, and that's the app you're going to need to connect into your wireless transmitter and receiver. So let's talk a little bit about it. Here is the setup. You have a transmitter and receiver, and what we're going to do is we're going to put our batteries. Now it does take the MPF960 or 970 Sony batteries, which I love because I have a million of these things sitting around because, well, there's so many things that we have that take it. So we're going to pop these in. And now, if you're setting it up for the first time, there is a very small QR code at the bottom that you can scan, and it will automatically scan that. You accept the scan, and it will just start transmitting the video right to your device if everything's plugged in and set up correctly. So pretty much, you have a transmitter, receiver. We have HDMI cable that goes directly in from the receiver, which this is the transmitter, so we don't want that, we want the receiver. We're going to take the HDMI cable, connect it to the monitor, and this will actually receive all the video footage. This transmits, so this will connect directly to your camera, and we're actually going to make a little fun cinematic video so you guys some behind the scenes of how we're physically using it, so you guys can get a good idea of how amazing this is going to be for yourself, your clients, your directors, whoever you're working with that wants to be able to have a monitor or an iPad or an iPhone or an Android phone, Samsung phone in hand to actually see what's happening. And it's really cool because you can make mock-ups, so you can take screen grabs and mock it up and save that. Or earlier we were just messing around with it, and Kevin's like, take a screen grab and text me this. So I was like, all right. So I took the screen grab and literally texted him the screen grab right there on the fly, and it was pretty awesome. We're going to hook it up to the gimbal, and we're going to do some really cool gimbal shots. But this piece would connect right here to your camera. This sends the signal over. A few things talk about the different ports that it has on. It does have a power cord right here, so you are able to plug it in directly into power. You only get one. However, I still have the original 400 Mars, so I took the power cord from it, and so now I have a power cord for each one of my transmitter and receivers. You do have SDI in, so if you do want to use SDI, and then it has Type-C USB, and it does have a converter that turns it into USB if needed. What that does is if you need to update your firmware, this is where you're going to go in and update that firmware to make it really, really simple, because this system is going to get updates over time that will hopefully even speed up the lag between the transmission of the video to receiving it on the monitor, even though, like I said, it's less than like half a second. It's super, super quick. They do have channels that they have to be on to talk to each other. However, it has smart technology in it. These are OLED screens as well. I bet you didn't know that these are actual OLED screens. These are OLED screens that they built into them. So I'm going to turn these on, and the video will, it's going to let you know if there is a video, and then if there is transmission from the video, it's going to let you know what it's transmitting. So like when we set it up earlier, we were shooting at 1080 at 60, so it let us know it was 1080 60, which I think is great, letting me know what type of footage it's shooting. On top of that, these will automatically sync with each other. Now you can go in and manually change that if you need to, but 9 times out of 10, I've had no problems with them just automatically seeing the other one in the room and just syncing with each other. There are a few settings that you can go into, but there's really not a lot of settings, and I can go in and change the channels really, really easy if for some reason they did not sync up. So just to let you know, if you hold down the center button here, this takes you into your settings, and I'm just going to kind of talk about a few of the settings real quick, and you know, we'll cut to some B-roll to show, you know. But you have scene mode, you have system settings, and then you have version info and exit info. So the version info is kind of important if you want to make sure that you're at the newest and best firmware. If we go into scene mode, you have image mode, balance mode, and speed mode. And we're going to go over those a little bit later and how they work and what they do. And then under system settings, you can change language, pair, and then just return, which takes you back, and then version info and exit. So I think it is time to shoot some really cool footage and show you guys how we actually use these two devices with an iPad or a phone or whatever you want to view it on, as long as it can take wireless transmission right into it, how easy it is to set up, and show you guys a little bit about how to make a quick little cinematic scene while using wireless video. So let's get this thing started. What do you think, Kev?
Let's get it.
For the first shot. So you've already gone over we've already gone over with Lynda the shot. I've already talked to Kev about kind of how we're going to shoot this. So he should be able to get it, and I won't have to direct a ton starting off just because we've kind of already walked through a lot of these shots. So the nice thing is I can kind of stay behind him and I can kind of watch what's happening. You're going to bring her into focus? Yeah. Perfect.
Is this autofocus?
There we go. Nice little pan.
Push forward.
So we're going to get a couple different shots here. Kev is now setting up for the next shot. Like I said, we've already gone through all this, so normally I'd kind of be directing, or whoever has the monitor might be directing, saying what's going on. But we just really want to test out how well this works. So if we flip over and look at Kev right here, through these brush, he's way out there, guys. But hey, and then this is the shot he's getting right now. So as you guys can see. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go in the house, and we're going to see how far we can go with before we start losing signal. So this is the house, and as you guys can see, we're still capturing that. But let's go down to the basement. The lighting might get a little dark on you guys, just to let you know. It's not as bright downstairs, but I really want to see if we can walk down into the basement without losing signal. We can even go into Kevin's big bathroom. And let's see here. And see now, so now we're, as you guys can see, we're starting to break up. We're probably 200 or 300 feet. No, man, how far would you say we are, Noah? Maybe more than that. Maybe about 500 or 600 feet away from Kev, and we're barely getting any signal. And we're in the basement, so we are downstairs, and it's really hard for the signal to get through. I'm actually surprised I was even getting any kind of feedback. So if we go back upstairs, we should probably get signal once again. So what we'll do is we'll go back upstairs and see if it reconnects, as it looks like the Wi-Fi went out for the actual signal. And we'll see if it actually will reconnect. Now we're reconnected. Look at that. As soon as it got signal, we're reconnected. So it looks like we're about able to get about 300 to 500 feet away from Kevin. Yeah, I was actually really impressed. We made it all the way into the basement before it cut out. The really cool thing is it will find the best channel too. So that means that, like, even though we were on channel 8 earlier, like, it will go to channel 5 when it searches. And that really, really helps with so that your signal doesn't get blocked while you're out, shooting or whatever. It will put it on a different channel, which is very nice.
All right, so I'm gonna give a little rundown. We were working with the beautiful Lynda here.
She's so awesome to work with. And so really all we were doing was creating just a cinematic sequence. We're not trying to put a plot in here. We're just showing you how to create these high quality film looking sequences. So we did an establishing shot. And as with most things you shoot, you start very wide and you move in tight. So I started really wide. I moved into the side over there. I started showcasing our little plant, which we just planted just a few minutes ago. So that was cool. And then, you know, we just kind of made some motivation for her. You know, her shed porch was a little bit dirty. So I actually got free labor out of her by getting, you know, it swept for the video. So that was cool. But yeah, we did that, and then we focused on that as the action. And so hopefully the sequence comes out just looking cool and, you know, just something fun, nothing too serious. But more than anything, it was nice to have this whole thing in operation here. So if you look, we have this back handle on the Feiyutech, which it rivals the Zhiyun crane and the Ronin very well. We, you know, used this hot shoe mount to put the Hollyland transceiver, transcender, I don't know what it's called, but we put that right there, and it's a bit hefty. You know, my arms definitely got a little bit of a workout. I wasn't able to be as mobile as I am with my Zhiyun, I don't know how to say words, my crane too.
So Kevin's getting shots. As you guys can see, we switched over to the iPad, which is really, really easy to do. Just to show you guys real quick, if we go into settings right here, we're actually connected to the HLD, which is the device itself. Again, there it is. But we're actually receiving the transmission from the transmitter, which is Kevin's got. So we'll open up the app, again, HollyView, and it's connected. But just in case you weren't connected, you just go in here. Once you're connected to the Wi-Fi, or you do the scan, if you scan it, it'll automatically connect you. But you can just hit this. And if you need to know what the Wi-Fi password is, just real quick, we can go into here. And this is the Wi-Fi password for this specific one, just to let you know. But let's talk about some of the really cool things you can do right here. One of them being this right here. So I can take a screen grab, I can mark it up and said black jacket, right? Because I can write so well. But you could do this, and then I could be like, all right, I'm going to send this over to Kev, and I could actually message this or save this to my images. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to go on and exit this, right? Same thing with like video. You could mark it up, but the nice thing is now it's recording. So this is not going to make the camera itself record or stop recording. It's actually just going to take the footage that's being sent to the iPad, and it's just going to record it, therefore allowing me to stop it, and then I can save it, delete it, do whatever I want with it, and I can use this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit the delete button because I don't wish to keep that frame. And then you have a bunch of settings down here. We'll go back to these settings real quick just to show you. This is the channel that it's on. Again, it will automatically connect to whatever channel or signal is the best per channel, so then it will connect to those automatically when you turn both devices on. So it looks for the best signal, and I guess we were on 8 earlier, which is I guess better in the house, but out here, maybe due to other Wi-Fi signals, routers, stuff like that, 5 was the one that it chose to use. You can add a watermark in if you want. We don't use it. So you can add in your own 3D LUTs, or there are 3D LUTs right here. This feature is currently supported in this firmware. So there is a new firmware. I don't have it yet, but here's one of the LUTs. So you can go up here and you have all these different options as well down here. Again, these are features that are not supported yet because I need to get the new firmware and I haven't updated it yet. So you can lock your screen if you need to. You can unlock it. And we'll turn the LUT back off. We'll just go back to the S-Log. So again, you guys are able to scroll down here and look at different stuff and make some changes if needed with the new firmware. But for some reason, it has not come out here in the US for me. I can't download it quite yet. You can magnify, so you can really make sure your sharpening's good. You can mess around with your framing if you need to. Zebras, so we can see what's overexposed. There's nothing overexposed except maybe a little bit back here, and that's more underexposed than anything. Focus, so you can actually turn on focus peaking if you guys see the white, which would be really cool if we could hold this down and pick the color of focus we wanted. Because I don't really like the white. I like red for my focus peaking. And then you just have a couple other wave vectors and forms that you can use. It's histograms. It's fantastic. And then you can hit, go down here, so, and boom. So that just kind of shows you all the capabilities that this has through the iPad. Now, of course, I can't do it with my external monitor because that actually has all these functions are kind of built into my external monitor. So I'll just do that myself. Again, if I want to, I can pick where I want my histogram so I can kind of scroll it around, hit down here, and then I can just turn it back off if I need to. So that's kind of some of the functionality you get through your iPad, your phone, your Samsung, Android phone, whatever, smartphone or device. Well, guys, we just finished up having a lot of fun making this little video with the beautiful Lynda. Kev, how do you feel like the transmitter, the Mars 400S, how do you think it worked? I thought it worked pretty well.
I thought it was great. The way it was mounted on here was absolutely ingenious. The balance was great. The way everything was designed, as long as y'all had fun on your side, being able to see the shots,
Yeah,
and everything
and
was.
we did. Minus when we walked all the way down to your bathroom. Oh, so we made it to your bathroom when we were completely underground. What do we, and you guys are a good 600-700 feet away from us, and it was still getting like, it was all like messed up, but it was like
You were still getting a signal.
We still got a signal.
Kind of like when a DJI flies like too far away from you, it starts getting a little fuzzy.
But we did eventually lose the signal. But the second we got about halfway up the stairs, like especially by the time we got to the top of the stairs, it reconnected, right. And we had video signal again, and then we had no issues. It worked really well with the iPad. I know Lynda was freezing out there, but whatever, she'll be all right. We got a fireplace. We literally we had to thaw her back out, so we threw her in front of the fireplace and like, all right, thaw out, girl. It was a lot of fun though.
I had a blast. I really did. That was a lot easier to use than I had anticipated a wireless monitor being.
Right, it literally like was plug in and play. Yeah. And we had signals straight to the iPad really easy. Granted, the iPad, I didn't have to scan the bottom QR code because the iPad already had the wireless network saved. So all I had to do is just connect into the wireless network because it was putting that signal out, and the iPad connected directly, and we're able to start using control settings like I showed you guys, where I was able to actually like mock up the picture and I could send it to somebody like Kevin. So it worked out really well. As always, guys, there's a link over here to my left, your guys' right, and you guys can hit that and then go click on it. And there's always a link at the end of the video so that you guys can go click on it and check it out. And if you guys do decide to purchase it, it gives us that little bit of commission. We got this new house, we got this new studio. We're gonna crank out some amazing stuff for you guys this year.
Let's go.
I ripped my pants, Lynda. I ripped them. I did. They're ripped. I ripped them.
Dude,
These are my nice pants.
spread them legs. Let me see.